one way to have guaranteed employment in the NFL is to be great. Another way is to be pretty damn good, but also have the circumstances line up in a way that favors your ongoing employment. That brings us to the Minnesota Vikings and general manager Rick Spielman, who, by the way, will be a guest later today on PFT PM. Spielman yesterday addressing the rumors that have been ricocheting around the NFL that maybe the Vikings would be willing to trade quarterback Kirk Cousins. Here's Spielman.
Yeah, I think Coach Zim put that to bed when he spoke after the season. Kirk Cousins is our quarterback. I know there's a lot of rumors floating around out there, but Kirk Cousins is our quarterback. We felt that he played very well and probably the best he's ever played down that stretch last year in the way he played. So, Kirk's our quarterback going forward, and look forward to him another year in his system. And excited for him and what he's going to bring to our team next year.
That little tell there, looking forward to another year in this system. It's like, oh, crap, Gary Kubiak's gone, and we hope Klein is the answer.
You okay?
Maybe the system won't be what it was. He does the quick little – it's a little tell there.
Oh, okay. Hey, don't play poker with Mike,
tell.
Rick. Don't play poker with Mike. He's got you. He's got you down. It's like the Rounders when he twists the Oreo, right? And he hears it in his ear, or he does that right in his ear, and then he knows,
Teddy KGB.
Yeah, Teddy KGB. You okay, though? You all right? You going to make it? What is this? What is today? Love me not or love me yes today? Or what? How do we feel about it today?
Every day is an accept reality day because there isn't a damn thing I can do about it. Look, here's the reality for the Vikings. I've said this before. They need Kirk Cousins this year.
Yeah.
Because this is the year that if they don't fulfill what has become kind of a depressing trend, no playoffs in the even-numbered years, playoffs in the odd-numbered years. This is a playoff year. For as well as he played last year, they didn't get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So this year, I think, is the worst year for them to potentially try out a different quarterback because if they don't get to the playoffs after this year, there could be some changes made in Minnesota. Cousins helps them avoid the changes and checks the box on odd-numbered year playoffs. So if you get to the playoffs in the odd-numbered year, you can get away with no playoffs in the even-numbered year, and then you're back at it 2023. Pressure's back on to get to the playoffs again. And my take on the Vikings has become, and I've been candid about this. I've written about it, spoken about it. I feel like organizationally, they are willing to be just good enough to just be in contention. That's how you make your money as a professional football team. You don't have to be a Super Bowl champion. You just have to be good enough that you're interesting, that you're relevant, that you're in the mix for a postseason berth every year up until week 16 or 17. And one year you get in, and one year you don't. And when we get to the Super Bowl, it doesn't matter. That's icing on top of the icing on top of the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake at that point. What matters is making money. And the way you make money is you be relevant every year, not burn out and go all in one year, and then the next year or the year after, you're like, how in the hell are we ever going to get back to the playoffs? They're content to just have kind of that 1 year in, 1 year out, and just kind of and that I feel like that's where they are as an organization. They're content.
Oh, you're hilarious.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Yes, you're wrong. You're wrong. Bring that theory up to Rick today on PFT PM, okay? Tell him. All right. I don't think he's sitting there going, hey, I just want to stay in the middle. Me and Zimmer want to stay in the middle. That's what we're doing here.
No, not the middle. Not the middle.
Okay,
just
enough
above the middle.
Right.
So the stadium is full, the fan base is engaged, and every year the carrot dangles, right? For all those Vikings fans that have said, we would just like to win one championship in our lifetimes, they're dangling the carrot there so every year they can delude themselves at some point in the offseason into thinking that this year is the year. I feel like that's the scam at this point.
You're unbelievable.
Again, when these teams tell us we want to win the Super Bowl this year, they are lying to you. Yeah, they'd like to. It would be nice. What they want to do is fill the stadium and make as much money as possible. It's business, and they don't want us to say it's business. It's okay to love football and still regard it for what it is. Hey, plenty of people love wrestling even though they know it's fake. Football is business. We can love football and say it's still a business, and that allows us to understand why teams do what they do. But if your measure of success is winning the Super Bowl, 31 teams are going to be pissed off Sorry, London. Every year.
Okay.
That's just how it works.
Well, yeah, of course. Yes, that is how it works. But I don't think they're sitting back playing to be just above the middle of the pack. I don't. They've done a lot of great things. They really have. They were in the NFC Championship game not too long ago. Yeah, they had a quarterback. Well, they had a quarterback, too, that had a freak injury, and that threw things off. They pushed the chips into the middle of the table a few times. They've drafted really well. Okay, it hasn't worked out to Mike Florio's liking, but I'm not going to accept that you just saying that Spielman and them want to be right above the middle of the pack. I'm not. And Kirk Cousins, listen, again, like Derek Carr, it's okay. Yes, he's not a superstar, but for the way they play in that offense, again, another guy that's top 10-ish in the league, and show me a better option. Again, okay, show me a better option they can have at quarterback right now than Kirk Cousins. Damn, he makes a lot of big throws and big plays. He's an easy guy to jump on. I know. He kind of looks like a nerd a little bit, and it's not like sexy flair, and he's in a division with Aaron Rodgers just throwing missiles between his legs and around his head, and it makes him look ordinary at times. But damn, he makes a lot of plays. And, yeah, right now, what I respect about the Vikings is, here they are. They're kind of rebuilding, and last year they're 7-9, and we're in the thick of things. They wiped the slate clean a little bit last year and still played competitive. So I'm not giving up on your team. Obviously, today is a love you not day with the Minnesota Vikings, but I have a lot of respect for what they do up there, and I don't buy your just a little above average take there. Sorry.
Well, that's what they've been. That's what they've been. Look. Regardless of what the motivation is, what the plan is, what the objective is, that's where they are. That's who they are.
They traded for Yannick Ngakoue last year. They tried to make a move.
And then they traded him away the moment they hit a rough patch, and it would have been nice to have him down the stretch if you're the Vikings.
Well, okay, but they realized. I think they realized they got Yannick Ngakoue. They realized, wait, to your point, we're not going to win the Super Bowl this year and do this. We're not there. So they're going, all right, let's just maybe take a step back so we can take 2 or 3 steps forward here in the next few years and really build something. And they got a team that was kind of desperate in the Ravens to get a pass rusher, and they went for it. So I like the way they run their football team. Not everybody's the New England Patriots and can go and just win Super Bowls every year. That's what's special about that football team. Man, the rest of the league, it's they're struggling for the most part on a year-to-year basis, unless you're Kansas City right now because you got Patrick Mahomes and maybe Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, and everybody else is fighting for their damn life. So, I'm going to push back on you with that one, Mr. Purple People Eater.
I came to the conclusion when we were in Santa Clara a year and a couple of months ago for the Vikings-49ers divisional round game that there's always going to be a dominant team in the NFC that the Vikings run into and get smoked by in the postseason. I just feel like they're not constituted to be a team that can match whatever that dominant team is that pops up in a given year. And I've been following it for 50 years.
I know.
It's 45 years now since their last Super Bowl berth, and they've lost 6 or 7 NFC championships.
I was at one of them, the one at Giant Stadium. That was a good day.
That was the one where they were it
was over by 3 minutes in the game. It was over.
Well, it was over 3 minutes into the game. First of all, Randy Moss has a temper tantrum on the sidelines before the game because he couldn't get people down onto the sideline that he wanted there. I mean, come on, focus on the football game. And then there was the Troy Walters who let a kickoff land right in front of him and looked at it after it was 7-0. The Giants recovered. It's 14-0. And then that weird urban legend about the Giants having intercepted the Vikings coaching communications. It was never proven, but that was floating around.
Huh.
I don't know that anything would have mattered that day. I don't know that anything would have mattered that day.
No, I don't think so.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
Anyway,
because you're a Vikings fan.
I'm willing. Maybe I'll make a trade or at least an offer for Rick Spielman. Just deliver one Super Bowl trophy, however you have to do it. Dredge the bottom of Hillsborough River, whatever you have to do. get a Super Bowl trophy, and I'll leave you alone for the rest of my life.
Hey, bring this up. This will be great stuff. I mean, please ask them all these questions. Do this later on today, and we'll talk about it next week. Please don't waste it tomorrow when I'm not here. I want to be able to dive into this and really dissect the conversation.
I'll have to save it until later in the conversation because if I do it early enough, it may be a fairly short interview. So I'll have to work up to it.
Yeah, you will.
All right.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.